But now we're changing it up and we actually have a board game. Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and today we are doing an announcement for Relax Readathon, which if you don't know what that is, it is a bi-monthly readathon that I have been hosting for about 2, maybe 3 years now at this point. I enjoy it so much. It is basically just a readathon to remind you to do a bit of self-care, to take one day for yourself, to slow down, to relax, do some of your favourite things and hopefully read a book. But you don't have to read a book. You can just go and chill out and do something else if you want to, but this is a book channel, so I put in reading books because that's what I love to do. And this is actually going to be version 3 of Relax Readathon. I'm so excited for it because we have changed. The most recent version was a bingo board, which was a combination of lifestyle prompts and reading prompts, but now we're changing it up and we actually have a board game. This is my first time creating a board game and I am so excited. Thank you to everyone on Discord who helped out with different prompts, reading prompts, lifestyle prompts. It was really helpful. Also all of their input in general, like I did a poll, should we keep it as the bingo board? Should we change it up? This is the idea I've got. Like, it's been so helpful and they've also already seen this board because again, I was running it past them, making sure they're happy with it, if there needs to be any tweaks and things about it. So thank you so much for all of your input. It has been amazing. But this is the new board and I'm so excited. So the idea I had in my mind for this is that we are going for a wander in this magical forest. It's also kind of swampy. There are swampy parts because of the colour scheme and the frog and stuff. I just thought the frog was cute. I needed to add it in, you know? But it's magical, it's wonderful, and you're just going for a wander. Now, because of the idea of this being very chilled back, just going for a wander, and also the fact that for me, this readathon takes place over 24 hours, but I know a lot of people like to extend that to an actual weekend long readathon. There is no start or finish, because you're just going for a wander. So you can start wherever you want on this board. You can also roll as many times as you want because this is a dice-based game. You can roll a 6-sided dice, can be bigger if you would like bigger, but you can roll it as many times as you want and you can go in any direction that you want because again, we are just going for a little meander through this magical forest. I really made an active effort to make sure that this was as low stake as possible, so there is no set way to play this game. There is no right or wrong way. There are no set rules. It is really what you want to take out of it. You could do all sorts of different things with this game. So you can start wherever you want on the board. Say for example, we start where the cat is and you roll a 4. You can decide if you want to go across from that or down from the cat, depending on what prompt piques your interest. And just because you've started in that direction doesn't mean you have to continue in that direction. You can then go back on yourself or continue round, do whatever you want, because again, it's like you roll, you see what both the prompts are and you decide which one you want to do in that moment. That's the idea. You can do whatever you want. There is also no finishing point, so you can just stop whenever you're ready to stop. And because this is going to be the base board, because it's bi-monthly, I know that the next readathon is in June, then we have one in August, and then we've got one in October and December. So the October and December boards are going to be slightly different because I want October to be a little bit more leaning into the Halloween spooky vibes, and then December will go a little bit more winter festivities. But the rest of the year, this is going to be the board. And you can decide for the next readathon to either continue where you left off or to choose a new entry point to walk and wander around in. So it's completely, again, up to you. You can do it how you want. Even how you play the game is up to you. You can roll as you go, or you can do a set amount of rolls at the very start and see your list of things that you're going to be doing for the day, depending on what you prefer. So I'm thinking how I'm going to play this game is start wherever I feel like starting on the day, do my first roll, and do that particular thing. So if it's a reading prompt, I will go and sit down and read a book that fits that prompt for an hour or so, and then I will roll again if I feel like it, or if I'm really invested in the book and I decide, you know what, I'm going to sit here and read for longer, I'll read for longer and I will just roll when I'm ready to do a new thing. With doing it that way, it will be really interesting to see how many rolls I actually end up doing throughout the day, because if I get loads of lifestyle prompts that are really quick and easy to fulfill, I could end up having loads of rolls for that day and maybe end up with 7. Or if I get loads of reading prompts, I could just spend the day chilling out reading and not really doing much else and not wanting to do much else, so then I only roll maybe like 3 or 4 times. It's up to you how much you roll, how often you roll. It really does just depend on what you want out of your day. Also, I just want to make a note on the reading prompts. So I have always said in the Relax and Readathons that you can double up in these prompts in any way that works for you. If for whatever reason the next reading prompt you've got does not work with the book you are reading and you can't stretch it to fit, then there is a couple of things you can do. You could either save that reading prompt so that when you finish your current read, the next book you read has to fit that prompt, or you could do a little bit more chaotically, put the book down that you've started and start a new book. Again, up to you. For me, I think I would base it on my mood. If I feel like, no, I'm really invested in this book, then I will save that prompt for when I finish that book. Or if I'm feeling like actually I do want to change, which sometimes happens, then I will just put that book down and start a new book. So again, it's up to you. Do with it what you want. I don't think there's anything else I need to say about it. If you do have any questions that you think you need a bit more clarification on, feel free to put those in the comments below or join us over at Discord. It's free to join, and we do have a separate chat for the Relax and Readathon, so you can put all of your questions and things in there. Everyone is so lovely, so even if I happen to be a bit busy, I know there are so many people there that will happily answer any questions that you have. It is such a wonderful community. On the day of this readathon, which is going to be the 19th of April for me, I will be actively updating in Discord with the different roles that I get, what I plan on doing for them, what books I'm reading, my thoughts on them and stuff, so you will get me actively in there, as well as loads of other people, and not everybody takes place on the same day. Like I say, some people go over the course of a weekend, some people change the weekend depending on their schedule, but it's nice just to see everyone getting involved, getting excited, and also just relaxing. It's so lovely, and I think it's really nice to give yourself permission to relax. But okay, I think that's everything. So now I just want to get into all the different prompts and what they actually are. There will be a Google Doc linked for the game board and also the prompt listing so that you've got everything there. Okay, so I think we'll go through the reading prompts first. And we've got a mixture. Again, like I said, some of these prompts are going to be repeated. Some will just be a one-off and some may change. We'll see how it goes. Again, if you have any ideas for prompts and stuff you would like to see, especially if it's for like the Halloween board or the winter festivity board, then put those in the comments below. I would definitely save them. But okay, we have comfort genre. This is just reading a book in a genre you find comfort in, whatever genre that is. If some people like reading horror and they find horror their comfort go-to genre, go for it. It is whatever you find comfort in, maybe like your favourite genre to read. We've got a reading goal, which is to read a book that is on one of your goals. It could be a yearly TBR, it could be continuing, maybe you've made a goal to continue reading series or to read down your backlist TBR. Whatever your goal is that you've set, go for it. If you don't have a reading goal, but you have like a monthly TBR, then maybe read a book off your monthly TBR. Or if you don't do TBRs, you don't do goals, read whatever you want. If it doesn't work with you as a reader, then take the square as a freebie to read whatever you want. Discord vote. So get Discord to vote on your next read. So pop it in Discord, put in the list of books, and get us all to vote. If you don't use Discord, then you could get a friend or a family member to choose, or even a pet if you put a treat on the book and get them to choose. Just get something, randomize it a little bit. I just thought it would be a fun little element to add in and a bit of community building. Then we've got the first book that comes to mind. So literally read the very first book that comes to mind. So currently the book that comes to mind for me right now is Within the Sanctuary of Rings, because I just started that book. So that would be the book I would read. Then we've got a short book. Read a short to you book. Now that really does depend on you as a person. I've kept it open. If you are somebody that normally reads really big chunky books, and so you find 400 pages or 300 pages short, read that. Or you could read something that is literally only 100 pages long. Again, it's short to you. Mood read. Read whatever you're in the mood for. A season read. Read a book that matches the season. It could be the cover that reminds you of that particular season, or the vibes of the book, or it takes place in that season. So just something that makes you think about the season that we're in. An anticipated read, so read a book that you have been anticipating / excited to read. It could be a book you've kept putting off but you know you're absolutely going to love it. It could be a new release book that's out that you've been really excited to read. Whatever it is, we've got a pretty cover. Read a book with a cover that you find pretty. Favourite author, read a book by one of your favourite authors. And then free space, which is use this space for whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a reading prompt though. It could be a free space for you to decide, you know what, actually I'm gonna go take a walk, or I want to bake a cake, or I want to do this. It's a free space. Use it for whatever you want. You can use it for reading, you can use it for lifestyle stuff. You can just see it as a free space where you don't have to do anything. Whatever you want. Then we have the lifestyle prompts. So we've got enjoy a cozy hobby. Every line of the board has one of these prompts in it because it could be any hobby. So anything you like. It could be reading, it could be drawing, it could be knitting, it could be gaming, it could be whatever you want. Whatever hobby you have that you really enjoy, do it. Give yourself the time to do it. Then we have favorite beverage. Again, this is one that's been repeated a few times because it's important to stay hydrated. Enjoy your favourite beverage, whether it's tea, hot chocolate, or even simply water. So if this prompt comes up and you're not feeling your favourite beverage at that time, but it is a reminder to have a drink at the very least, stay hydrated, very important. So we've got that on there. Again, some of these lifestyle prompts are super easy and quick. So if I did my first roll and I landed on favourite beverage, I'd go have a drink and then be like, right, okay, I'm going to roll again. Like I say, it's what you want to make of it. Enjoy nature. So this could be going for a walk in the park or watering some plants that you have at home. Whatever it is, you can just take a few moments to enjoy being around nature. I love it, especially now we're getting into the warmer months in spring and stuff, or at least we are in the northern hemisphere. It's just so important, I think, to be around nature and enjoy it. So even if it is just taking a few moments to water some plants if they need it, or maybe just give them a bit of TLC, clean the leaves or something, that would still count if you decide you don't want to go outside. Then we've got set the ambiance. That could be listening to some music or lighting a candle. Just set the mood for you, kind of romanticizing your day. Then we've got reflect. Take a moment for reflection. This could be journaling, it could be tarot, it could be meditation, whatever you want. I feel like reflecting on yourself, on your day, on your mood is so important. So taking a little bit of time to do a bit of reflection is brilliant. I really like it, and it could literally just be a couple of moments to sit and reflect on your day, on how you're feeling at that moment, or you could take a longer session to do whatever you want. We've got bake or have a sweet treat. So literally you can do some baking or eat one of your favorite treats, something like that. I guess it doesn't even have to be sweet. It could be savory, it could be whatever you want. It just gives you a moment. I love baking, so I had to have a square for baking. But for anyone that doesn't enjoy baking or just doesn't have the abilities to bake, you can just go and grab your favorite little snack. Why not? Then we have exercise. Take a little bit of time for exercise. It could be yoga, it could be walking, it could be weights if you're a really strong person. It could be whatever you want. Just take a few minutes, even if it's just for a short moment, even if it's 10 minutes of yoga or something like that. It's just important to do a bit of exercise. And then we have a couple of random ones just to have a bit of fun with the board. So we've got move 2 spaces. So it's literally move in any direction 2 spaces and do the prompt that you land on. And the same with move 3 spaces, except it's just move 3 spaces in any direction and do the prompt that you land on. So there we are. Those are all the different prompts, lifestyle prompts, reading prompts, random little squares on the board. You'll have to let me know if you plan on taking part, what you think of it all. I'm really excited. I think this is just so much more of an interactive, fun way of doing the readathon, and it will change it up so it's always different for you depending on what you land on, which I like the idea of. As I said, if you've got any prompts that you would like to see in future board games and stuff, then always put them in the comments below. They will be saved. I'm looking forward to testing it out and seeing how it goes. I don't have any set reading plans for the readathon. Normally I would come on here with a TBR to say this is what I'm thinking of reading, but I actually don't have any idea what I actually want to read. There are a few books coming out in April that I'm interested in, so I guess I could read one of those, but because of the game board and this is kind of like a bit more flexible depending on the prompt I get, will depend on what I end up picking up. Like, I just don't know. I think I'm gonna do this. For me, April's going to be more mood based. I'm just gonna go into it depending on the mood that I'm in, and we'll go from there. So I actually have no idea what I'm gonna be reading, which is really weird. I feel like I should have prepared a TBR to say I might read these, but I don't actually know. Yeah, I actually don't know. I have no idea what I want to read. There are so many books that I could pick up. I mean, I could do a Shauna Maguire book because I've been wanting to read this one, Adrift in Currents Clean and Clear. That would be really good to do, and it's a nice little short one, so that could be keeping in mind. I guess another short book would be Follow Me to Ground by Soon Rainsford. This is a short little horror book, so depending on my mood, I could go more this one. This is one that I think is going to be really, really good. I have really high hopes for it. So I could go for this one, or I could start a bigger book and continue a series with Acceptance by Jeff Vandermeer, because this is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while, started reading as an ebook. Now I need to read this physically. So I could even pick this back up. Just depends on my mood. I don't know. This readathon, I'm for the first time doing it. I just want to see how it goes and see how my mood is, and then maybe for June I'll have a bit more of an idea of, okay, I'm thinking about reading these particular books. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I hope you all like it. Please let me know what you think in the comments below and if you're going to be taking part. As I said, Discord is linked below and it's free to join for you, so if you want to join in the conversation there, you can. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm really excited for it. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this may change as we play it, as we get some kinks and stuff out of the system, but hopefully I have made this as laid back as I possibly can for you to do whatever you want with it, for you to suit what you want to get out of this readathon. But for now, I will leave it there. So thank you so much for watching, and if you decide to join the readathon, then amazing, looking forward to having you, and if you decide not to, that's fine as well. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you've made it this far but just have nothing to comment, then leave a little snail or a frog in the emojis below. Genuinely thank you all so much for watching. A massive thank you to Discord for helping me with this game board, as I've already said, and an even bigger thank you to all of my Patreons for supporting me over there and allowing me to do a lot more things. I'm very grateful to absolutely everybody, so thank you so much. And if you have enjoyed this video, then please consider giving it that thumbs up, subscribing and commenting. Those 3 things really help this channel out. My social media links, Discord, previous playlists of the Relax and Readathon, and Patreon, everything, it's all linked below, and I will catch you in the very next video.